When it comes to the NBA, the skills you bring to the court will help determine just how good you are and which roles you'll be able to fulfill on the team and its plan to win. Shooting is a must, but having a great vertical leap to go and make dunks or block shots is also a must-have. Throughout NBA history, there have been men who can jump really high, so allow us to show you 10 of them. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 10. Shannon Brown, 44.5 inches. Shannon Brown may not have been the greatest player to ever play for the Lakers. He was key to their runs in the late 2000 decade, where they won back-to-back titles, and Brown was a key factor for that. Some would even argue that his best playing days were during those 2 title runs he was a part of, which shows a lot. Plus, like certain other players we'll talk about, he wasn't just a dunker, he was a shot blocker because he could get so high into the air. Yet when he did the All-Star Weekend's dunk contest, he didn't make it out of the first round, proving that sometimes height doesn't always equal skill in other measures. Still, he was good for what he did with the Lakers. Number 9. Zion Williamson, 45 inches. Many are saying that Zion Williamson is going to be the literal future of the NBA, due in part to his 45-inch vertical that helps him do incredible things, including dunk all over the court when he's given the chance. But wait, there's a twist here, because while much of what Zion has done due to natural talent, his jumping ability was not one of those things. He was once a terrible jumper, and thus had to work an entire summer to go and get better at it, which obviously it works, and now people all over the country are eager to see him at full power when the next NBA season arrives. Number 8. Spud Webb, 46 inches. Spud Webb is an anomaly when it comes to jumping high, mainly because he's the 3rd shortest player to ever play in the NBA, which you think would mean that he didn't do a lot, but you'd be wrong. He did plenty because he could jump 46 inches into the air. And that meant that this little man could dunk better than some of the Giants. And yeah, we said dunk over the Giants, which was proven in the dunk contest against legend and fellow teammate Dominique Wilkins with 2 perfect 50-point dunks. This shouldn't be possible, but no one told that to Spud Webb. Number 7. Derrick Jones Jr., 46 inches. The Miami Heat are doing wonders in the NBA playoffs right now, and while they may not have star power per se, they do have great players like Derrick Jones Jr., who has an astounding 46 inches of vertical leap. Jones Jr. used that leaping power to put on a literal highlight reel for people all over, including when he went to the 2020 dunk contest and won it, though it should be noted that Dwayne Wade was one of the judges. Number 6. Zach LaVine, 46 inches. Zach LaVine is another NBA player with 46 inches of leaping ability. That leaping power has been on full display for the teams he's played for, like the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Chicago Bulls. Yet, not surprisingly, people remember him most for being in the dunk contest, which he won not once, but twice. In fact, his match against Aaron Gordon in one of those said dunk contests is believed to be the literal greatest of all time, or at the least would rival the one that Michael Jordan was in. It's all subjective, but seriously, LaVine has impressed when given the chance. Number 5. James White, 46 inches. Now let's talk about a person whose only skill might have honestly been his jumping ability. James White is a tale of a man who could dunk, but little else, which you would think wouldn't be possible since he made it to the NBA. But like many, his college skills didn't just translate overall. White was more of a sizzle player, known for his dunks and highlight reel leaps. Though it should be noted that he did go overseas once, when his time in the NBA was done, and honestly got a lot more fame there, ironically enough. Number 4. Jason Richardson, 46.5 inches. Jason Richardson is hailed in many ways for his skills on the court and being able to help many teams to victory. He honestly was the most athletic player in the NBA in the early 2000s. He was dominant on the Warriors and helped the Suns later on with various impressive plays. And with his 46.5-inch vertical leap, he won the 2002 and 2003 dunk contests, the first player since Jordan to do back-to-back. That's impressive company. Number 3. Dennis Smith Jr., 48 inches. Moving on to the Knicks, we see Dennis Smith Jr., who is the league leader currently in vertical, via being able to jump 48 inches into the air. But he's on the Knicks, so he's not exactly in the best place to excel, because, well, it's the Knicks. And like a certain someone else on this list that we talked about earlier, when he went to the dunk contest, he lost in the first round. Number 2. Daryl Griffin, 48 inches. A somewhat forgotten player of the 80s, Daryl Griffin was a legend in the Utah Jazz and was even Rookie of the Year in 1981. He was so good at dunking that he was called Mr. Dunkenstein and was part of a great 1-2 punch that led the Jazz to success in the league. Sadly, injuries hampered the later part of his career, but he was good for the Jazz for a long time. Number 1. Michael Jordan, 48 inches. Yes, it's now time for Air Jordan. While it may be true that the shoe was named to sound cool, it was partly inspired by the fact that Michael Jeffrey Jordan could jump. Because sure, he's tied with Griffin with a 48-inch vertical, but Jordan made it seem like he was doing much more than that. As part of his skills, he would use that vertical leap in college and in the pros to great effect, even doing various moves in the air because he had time to do it before dunking the ball. Oh, and he didn't just do it for dunking, he would use those skills to go and block the ball. In one early NBA game, he jumped so high that he actually hit the backboard with his head because he went that high to block a shot. There's a reason that Michael Jordan is the greatest ever. Sorry, LeBron. And part of it was that he made jumping look so good, so easy, so effortless, and in the case of the one dunk contest, so much fun. So there you have it, everyone. A look at the 10 guys who dominated in regards to their vertical acuity with jumping. Did you learn something about how high people can jump? Which NBA players were you surprised about hearing they had better jumps than others? Do you think 48 inches will ever be outjumped? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.